Aquarius signs and cross-watchers, welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Markangela Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, over 25 years in service. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version available. There's a link in the description box, and you can click that link and preview a good chunk of it for free. The introduction, the dedication, catch a little whiff of some of the prayers, practices, and principles that have kept me in business all this time. And that's the Kindle version. It's very clear, it's very clean, it's a little Spartan. But the original version, the original PDF that Jill Schweitzer and I made, well, that's over on Patreon. And it is a Fellini festival, not just a one movie, probably all of them. No. It is in chakra chapters. There are chakras involved in this reading, and I love it. It's probably my legacy until I write the next one. Jill and I are working on the next one, so at the time of this timeless recording. So I love my Patreon. It's the best thing on earth. 8 different levels at the moment. Seeker, Human Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess is the top tier. It's one tier. They get everything on the platform since I started Patreon, and all the way moving, it's that way, all the way moving forward, as long as they remain subscribers. All of my subscribers get 3 things in common. They get all the extended readings, the part 2s, to the part 1s on YouTube as part of their subscription. They also get the daily check-ins, the unlisted YouTube live stream link where they chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer or meditation as something to send us on our way. And it's my favorite way to start the day, and it sets me up for everything I have to do in my work, career, vocation, to be honest. So yeah, it's personal, it's selfish, but it's higher selfish. And the third thing they all get in common is a significant discount. I changed my prices for the 25th anniversary. We'll talk about it at the end of the video. I have to keep remembering is that way. From how you're watching the screen. So yeah, it's wonderful. Check it out. Click the link. The new intro video to Patreon is done for this May 2023 at the time of this recording. So yeah, check it out. Click the link. Come play Channel on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions. I'm Archangela Lyons, but it's so much easier to just call me Mal. Hi. And I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing work, career, vocation readings for a very, very long time. So let's get into some explanation for the new Aqua Lungs and their cross-watchers, and then we'll get down to the divination. So essentially what we're doing here is a 12-card spread. All the other signs get the same basic 11, series of the deck, except there's one wild card that comes from a wild deck that I choose before the reading intuitively. You guys are getting a chakra reading card by Rachel Sharman, Rockpool Publishing. To kind of give you an inroad to the chakras, just what came to me to do. But your work, career, vocation is really a 3-level of power reading. There is a link in the description box, a lecture by Carolyn Mace, MYSS. She's a PhD. These are her archetype cards, talking about the 3 levels of power, 3 archetypal or symbolic lenses through which you can look at different aspects of life and break it down into chunks if you like, right? Like white light through a prism to get a rainbow, but in this case 3, your work, your career, your vocation, how you survive, your creativity, your life calling, your chakras involved. We'll explain as we go. And we also have a whisper of Lord Ganesha to help remove the obstacles in work, career, vocation, particularly dealing with the archetypes, the lead to gold alchemy. We'll talk about it. And of course, we're going to end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, just one, to help unify all of it, heal you, so that what? You can fulfill your life purpose through work, career, and vocation. Life purpose is sometimes too overwhelming to even think about. So to break it down into, okay, this is what I need to do to survive, this is what I need to do to create, and this is what I need to do to fulfill essentially physical power, mental, emotional power, spiritual, mystical power, if you want to look at it that way. So cross-watchers, you have the opportunity. This is a good cross-watcher read for like office dynamics and politics. I'm just saying, right? Get some sympathy, some empathy. for the one you are cross-watching for, some understanding, some insight, so that you can heal what you got to heal on your end. But of course, if you apply some of this to yourself, you will be healing the entire Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs of cross-watchers. I don't know what the cross-watchers will see, because that's how holographic unity works, and aquariums are usually into that. So I guess that's about enough explanation. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I will give you my very best and do my very best to help get you the clarity, guidance, grace, clues, tips, and hints you need to manifest your life purpose, your work, career, and vocation. Because as everybody does that, it makes this world better. Please take a nice deep breath. And let's shift in the still point. Still point. Pantheonic override. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and were drawn to this reading. I need 3 of these. The dominant archetype in the 8th chakra, but 8th chakra in 3 levels of power. Their work, their career, and their vocation. So what's going on in their work? Or the 8th chakra dynamic shifting what all the other chakras attract and repel, so that they no longer, they can choose to no longer delay that which cannot be prevented. How about 2nd level of power, career? What's going on there? And 3rd level of power, 8th chakra dominant. Each level has a different set of chakras where they kind of dominate. 8th chakra dominant, their vocation, their life calling, their visionary intuition. Each level has its own level of intuition, so their visionary intuition. What's going on there for the Aquarians and their cross-watchers in this timeless work, career, vocation read? And we lay them down 1, 2, 3, but we read them 3, 2, 1. So we build from the ground up and we read from the top down. Oh, well, you're dealing with a vampire, a mother, and an artist. Okay. Well, look, I'm sure you guys have had the vampire archetype before. Every sign gets them, but there are 9 different families. So let's start there. The vampire is a wild card family archetype. It can show up in any way, shape, or form. The mother is a feminine family archetype. The artist, the creative family of archetypes. So this would make you, either you or dealing with reason, season, or a lifetime vampire, mother, artist. Now look, that sounds horrible, but every archetype is neutral. It's a balance of lead to gold. Perfect opportunity. There are 3 atoms difference between lead and gold. Lead is heavier. So those 3 atoms, this is metaphorically speaking, right? Archetypally speaking, they can't be created or destroyed, only transformed, changed, released, relieved. I prefer the language of spiritual alchemy that way, because we're going to read what's written on these 3 cards, so that you get the shadow attribute, the horrible side, the lead, the fear, the whatever, the toxicity, the light, the gold, right? What you're shooting for. Because as horrible as the vampire sounds, is as brilliant as it is in its gold, and as wonderful as the artist might sound, is as horrendous as it is in its lead. And the mother, Christina, bring me the axe. Let's leave that there. Okay, so let's talk about the vampire archetype. I do have a video on the channel. I will try and remember to put it in the description box or maybe in the comments, called Vampires and Witches, particularly how to deal with not just the vampire archetype, but why it's so rampant in our culture. The shadow attribute, or the lead, depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Now look, if you're in a vocation where you're dealing with people, and you are using your spiritual / mystical power to serve in some way, and it is your life calling, expect to be vampired. It comes with. As a reader, are you kidding me? Psychic vampires and tarot junkies. I teach a whole segment of that when I teach people tarot, how to read professionally, like face-to-face with people big time. The light attribute, though, you're shooting for, I call that the vampire hunting, the Van Helsing, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force so that you can make a choice. Vampires bite you on the throat because that's throat chakra willpower. So when we get the the heart, third eye crown over here. That should be interesting. Now the thing is, this is your spiritual power. You can just like, I call it pop the tick. It's like, oh, you're gonna try and train me. I just start silently chanting, right? Because I'm like that. Let's talk about the mother archetype. This is not about biological gender. This is about feminine energy, the yin dynamic, and in your second level of power, very much creative level of power, creative intuition, the shadow attribute, smothering or abandoning children, right? Extremes, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. I did not get that from my mom at all, nor am I like that with my creations, even though I am not a literal biological mother in this life. I'm a gay male, so I'll pass on this lifetime. I had plenty of kids in other timelines and other lifetimes. But certainly with in terms of my cats, right? I'm a good cat mama, absolutely. And in my companies, right? During the Circle Productions, just turned 25 years old. I got a 25-year-old son. That's how I think about it. So in terms of my own creativity, right? The language of creativity is the same language of pregnancy. It just is, depending on how you word it. What you're shooting for, the light, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. And that's why in this level of power, that's powerful, right? But feminine energy inside the world behind your eyes, right? You don't necessarily share that with everybody. You, or at least don't have to. Again, third chakra, you have a choice, particularly if you're feeling drained by someone or something. You may not want to offer your neck so much. But let's talk about the artist. Now, this is how you survive in the world. Now, artist, it's like, I don't survive being an artist. It's like, but take it out of performance art or visual art or fine art. Everybody has a creative family archetype. It may not be the artist. There are other ones in there, though, like the gardener, right? Big time, right? But the artist is obviously, I'm a mystical artist. So this is an interesting one. Now, the shadow attribute, I want you to think like really, really, really entitled, like artists in any way, shape, or form, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others. We've done it. Posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. I'm Leo rising, that's not a good look. No, you will never know. But I think you know what I mean. It's being manipulative, right? It's posing at it to manipulate people, probably to give you money. The light attribute, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. And that's why I can claim the artist. You can have an archetype, a reason to seize in her lifetime. This is lifelong for me. I was born an artist. I just was, and believe me, I was a musical theater major. Are you shocked? How dare you be shocked by that? You know what I mean? It's just my whole life. I dance every day, pretty much. All of this stuff, the mystical art, the production art. So again, take it out of the box. A lot of people don't think that they are artists, and they are, right? So that's just very powerful, but I think there's something here about expressing a dimension. That is expressing it in some way, shape, or form from the inner to the outer. Just beyond the five senses. So perhaps communicating your soul in some way, shape, or form. That's the most we talk about any of these cards, except maybe we got some bookie books there that might take a bit. But let's look at the next four chakras down for each. Heart, third eye crown, goddess energy, feminine energy, the world behind your eyes, creative intuition, one for each three, but really second level career dominant. Let's see what hits the table, face down. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddess override. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the east. Please, beloved goddesses of fixed air, 3 cards face down for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video. Maybe you guided to this reading. What's going on? The internal. In their work, they've got the artist in the 8th. What's going on? What's going on behind their eyes? What's going on behind the scenes for the Aquarian collective and or the cross-watchers in their work, in their vocation? The mother, in their career, the mother, right? Definitely gestative patience, unconditional love, real heart, third eye crown. So what's the heart, third eye crown? for this heart, third eye crown, dominant level of power, their creative intuition in their career, and the vampire in their vocation. Well, they got a vampire vocation. I mean, Van Helsing was very dedicated, you got to admit. You know, lugging around all that holy stuff everywhere he went. But they didn't even have U-Haul. U-Haul, please, U-Haul, please, beloved goddess. They got the vampire in the 8th of their vocation. What's going on? Heart, third eye crown, particularly throat, I would think, for them in this timeless work, career, vocation reign. Okay, vampire in the 8th for your vocation with the witch on the inner. When it's a major arcana card and a read like this, it's all chakras aligned in that zone. So, look, draw down the light, which I mean really seriously, be the light, blow them up is what I'm gonna say. But it certainly says you have everything that you need inside of you. Alignment might be a bit of an issue. Just remember, vampires will always go for the throat, meaning your choices and your decisions, they will gaslight. The codependent part of it, see look, I work with a lot of people, and you know, I have certain boundaries that I need to do what I do, otherwise I get totally drained. And unapologetic toxicity, no bueno, right? That's a big one, right? If you're just not interested in healing, then it's like, okay, move on. I'm working with people who do. Done. But also, see, well, have you? So someone asks you for, oh, can you help me? Can you help me? And it's like, well, try this. No, that won't work. No. And they, in other words, they're feeding, right? So it's understandable, but you know, just give them a little dose of something that's like, I call it pop the tick. Pop the mosquito. Wow! In your vocation, we are on a major arcana field day here. Something is revealed within with the Judgment card celebration in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Again, heart, third eye crown. There is something revealed inside of you. No question. These women appear to be dancing in the mountainside, circle round, right? We are a circle within a circle over and over and over again. But they're really dancing on the belly of the Great Mother. There's a navel in the center of that circle, and you see the pubic mound and the breast. It's like, whoa, right? Something is revealed on the inside. So, obviously, there is a link here. Bringing something down from the 8th chakra and taking the patience and the unconditional love, at least of yourself on the inside, right? To gestate. To have joy in giving birth to life. Something is revealed to you. It's very powerful. Now, in work, I like this. The Artist with a court card on the inside. When it's a court card, usually it's not somebody outside of you. It has to do with an internal dynamic. So the Crone of Flames, Kara Widwin, Sir Widwin, I've heard it said a bunch of different ways. The Crone of Flames, that would be Sagittarius. The Knight of Wands in traditional Rider-Waite based tarot, Pamela Coleman Smith alert. You got a lot of stuff cooking on the inside. I don't know if you're talking about it though. This is creativity. I mean, mutable fire. It is the cauldron of transformation. I would say absolutely mutable fire. You got a lot of things you want to do. As an artist, start thinking, well, how am I an artist? Instead of saying I'm not an artist, say, well, how do I create, right, in this way? And do you help inspire people to see life symbolically? Like, you know, every day is a winding road. I get a little bit closer. Thank you, wisdom of the Sheryl Crow, the totem of the Sheryl Crow, right? That's like a simplest example. Now, obviously, that's performative. This could be in any way, shape, or form. And the next 3 cards will give us a little bit, hopefully, of what that is. But you got to admit, the vampire with the witch. Who do you think? Vampire. I mean, that's the name of the video. Vampires and witches. Really, I think you got it. Oh, how could I not remember to put that link in at least the comments? Mother of Celebration, right? The name of the card is, the keyword is called celebration. So perhaps, you know, you're gestating something inside of you. And boy, you got a lot of choices. But I also think you have a lot of desires and creative inspirations. I would say definitely throat chakra. Spit, swallow, or chew, right? You got the spit, arrow, the swallow. Like you can be the archer. You can have it notched and ready. But is it time to fire yet? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's find out. The next few cards down will be the masculine energy, the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, and solar plexus, relationships in the physical world, including your relationship to yourself, others, and groups, including businesses, companies, industries, all sorts of. So let's see what hits the table. This should be fun. Please take a nice deep breath. Crystal point. God override. As I call upon my beloved gods of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the East, please, beloved gods of fixed air, 3 cards in clarity for the Aquarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers watching this video who are drawn to this reading in their work. They got the artist in the 8th with the Sagittarius, mutable fire on the inner. What's going on the outer? Outside looking in at them, inside them looking out, can be both. Mirroring happens. Mother in the 8th of their career with revelation, celebration, heart, third eye crown. That's the lower 3. And the vampire vocation with the witch on the inner. Ooh, that's gotta be good. In this timeless work, career, vocation reign. Okay, vampire with the witch on the inner. Oh, with 10 of cups on the outer. Uh-oh, Piscadios. This is my true love card. That doesn't necessarily mean this is a romantic thing. However, talk about blowing somebody up. Talk about blowing somebody up with unconditional love. Drowning them, essentially. Jump on it. Oh, holy water, right? You know, they sure do boil up good, them vamps. Just spramp the vamp. Oh my God, Will and Grace reference. I love my guides. They're amazing. Oh, it's probably Leslie Jordan. Blessed be. Oh, the vampire with the witch on the inner with 10 of cups. This is Eros and Psyche, the completion of the cycle of water in the mythic tarot. Not only did they get married, not only did she have to go to hell and back for some facial cream. Oh, the rapid wrinkle repair is actually worth it. That alpha hydroxy, every drop. But eventually, not only is her marriage to Eros, Psyche, Greek word for the soul, as well as butterfly, Eros, son of Aphrodite and Eros, but she becomes a goddess as a result. So talk about soul expression here. I would say that if anybody's trying to drain you, just remember, well, this is in the video, which is vampires and witches. If they don't know, hey, everybody drains somebody sometime, right? You know, it happens. It's the human condition. But it's the chronic complaining and codependency. Codependency is one of the 4 ego wounds. There's abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss. And everybody incarnates into them. I've never met anybody, at least personally, that didn't have one of at least all 4. Because nobody gets away without the wounds of loss. Because loss is just part of the loss and gain cycle. Loss and gain. So whatever is going on here, let's just, we are more cards. Mother in the 8th, right? Revelation, celebration on the inner, and a major arcana card. Chiron, the Hierophant, the teacher. Oh, you are learning and you are teaching, mother teacher. The wounded healer, Chiron. It's actually an asteroid. You might want to see where Chiron is in your chart and any aspects might be going on. But this is something that takes time, right? Nobody becomes a Hierophant overnight, right? Nobody becomes a healer. You can be born with the healer archetype. Lifetime even. But still, it's a learning process, right? He's also the teacher of heroes. There is something formalizing about this. This could be about filling out forms. This could be about setting up a business. I just feel like whatever is going on here, you might be starting your own thing, particularly in your career. Now, a lot of people have to still do what they have to do at work so that they can follow their career and particularly feel like fulfilled in their life purpose, their vocation. So let's look at what's going on here in work. Interesting, we have another person. And chances are, yes, this could be you from the outside looking in, but it's the Queen of Pentacles, the Taurus card, fixed Earth. Now happens to be a square, right? Because your opposite is Leo, so Taurus squares 90-degree angle. Aquarius. But second house, Taurus dynamic, is about life values. It is about stability, fixed fertile earth, right? Like fixed air, Aquarius, the stratosphere, right? The frozen air, but the highest viewpoint. And here we got fixed earth, like not just the bedrock, but the fertile soil, right? You drop a seed in that, it's going to be good. This is Penelope, I believe, from Odysseus, right? Like waiting for her man to come home, right? Just weaving and weaving and weaving and weaving as she goes, ripping that thing up at night because she don't want nobody else. She wants her man. I got it. But as an artist, I mean, if this if you have any planets in Taurus, I would say have a look. You might be dealing with someone with Taurus energy. I don't always believe that it necessarily has to be someone's sun sign because a lot of people don't know their other planets because they haven't looked, and some people don't know their birth time, so they don't know their rising. So really look for something maybe stable here. Maybe this is a stability where at least maybe your financial needs are getting met. Or you are dealing with somebody here in the physical, literal world here that may well be teaching you something in terms of dealing with them, particularly if this is the drainer, if this is the vampire, just because of that Aquarius Taurus square. Again, does not mean at all that they have to have Taurus placement. So, the chakras and the tarot are on the table. Our last three cards here will give us not just some clarity, but some real hopeful, helpful healing information. The Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angela Hartfield. Ganesh, the Hindu god, elephant-headed Hindu god of success, prosperity, and the remover of obstacles, or like bonking his head on a tree. That tree gets out of the way. PDQ. And I've had a relationship with Ganesh since I started working with the Ashaya monks over 25 years now at the time of this recording when I started the company. Really, ISHAYA, I've been doing their meditation techniques now for the past couple of months. And I haven't done it in years, and it's amazing. So, let's remove some obstacles, or at least ask for some help to do so. Please. Symmetry. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm a Virgo. Don't be shocked. Still point. Ganesha override. As I call to the beloved Lord Ganesha, God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, particularly those three atoms in between lead and gold, please, beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your oracle message to help the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video? Maybe you called them to this reading to help them remove the obstacles and fulfill their work, career, vocation, artist, as, let's do it this way, in some way, shape, or form, in a vampire mother artist contract in their work, career, vocation in this timeless read. Nurture! Parvati, his mother, I think we know, possibly, where your leverage might be. I do find that in my own readings for myself, and I absolutely pay attention to the ones that I'm doing here on the channel. It's cool. It's just very, very cool. The nurturing part of all of this. So card number 38. I'm going to read this from the bookie book. Is this a 2-pager? Yeah, it's a little bit over a page. So this is lovely. Particularly, it makes sense with the mother. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ganesh, please transmit. Nurture. Focus on creating calm and balanced life for yourself. Ganesha asks you to maintain a compassionate, nurturing, realistic, and down-to-earth attitude when it comes to collaborating with others and your present conditions. You know what? And that is right under the artist with the Sagittarius on the inner, Taurus on the outer, right? So this could be somebody offering that nurturance to you. So letter gold, you'll know as you go along. You can benefit from being more resourceful and practical. This is a time of slowing down and biding your time and resources. Deal with any issues as they arise and brainstorm practical and easy solutions that will fix the problem with minimal drama. This is lovely. Be careful of giving too much without regard for your own needs. If you have been feeling exhausting, like maybe something's draining you, right? Or have been prone to illness, you are invited to stop doing so much for others and do more for you at this time. I'm just wondering, sometimes our ethics, because of how and when and where we learned them, what's been passed on through society and the family, our ethics, until they shift, can often be very vampiric. Nose to the grindstone is a horrible way of exfoliation since we've had the invention of the Biore nose strip. Yeah. Where'd we leave off? Do not seek empowerment by doing for others from a place of needing acknowledgement, which is a codependent tendency. Empower yourself by nurturing yourself, and then from a healthy place help others. That's in this reading, ain't it? Learn to nurture and to create occasions for others to grow by offering a safe, accommodating energy. This energy is the energy of the heart chakra. As your life, okay, so heart chakra, look at that mother thing. This is really it. This is hitting all three of these cards, 3 levels. This energy is the energy of the heart chakra. As your life comes more into alignment with your soul purpose, it's what these readings are for, you bring this nurturing and unconditional love beyond your immediate surroundings and out into the world as an artist. Oh my goodness. This female figure in this card is Ganesha's mother, Parvati. She represents a strong female figure in your life that you may look to for extra support and guidance. This could be any female, I would say any feminine energy, because at this point, come on, we do not need to gender when it comes to Oracle. This could be any female role model, friend, or acquaintance that you find yourself drawn to at this time. Alternatively, Parvati can represent a part of yourself, especially when much of your time is spent focusing on and nurturing and caring for others. Aww, they've been trying to bite you, Mama. I'm so sorry. It happens, though. And, you must be tasty. That's the way it's like I try and take, the gold away with it. It's like, well, I know I tasted good. It tasted like bolognese. Yeah. Yeah, I have my own recipe. Thank you. I am a potion witch. So look, Parvati here. No, of course, nurture yourself. It's got to start within. And I see that something is revealed. Should you do that mothering yourself, but also getting, okay. But I am probably also doing this for others in my career. Or maybe there's a service that you are rendering in your career, but it does feel like there are collaborators here. So honestly, the vampire part there, the witch can handle it, but you got to recharge, you got to replenish, and you got to slow down. That's how it is. You have the option to. You can choose to delay that which cannot be prevented. I just try not to. That's just my way. To each our own. I skipped a deck because I forgot. You get your wild card from the chakra reading cards. Rachel Sharman, Rockpool Publishing. The higher selves of all involved. And since you're dealing with other people here, obviously, Work-Career-Vocation, who doesn't? Let's see what your inroad is. Sort of like, start here. And it comes with an affirmation as well as a book read. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher self override. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the oracle you have for them? The chakra read. What chakra they need to be aware of, to fine-tune to clarify their wild card, to help them manifest the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest work, career, vocation that they can, fulfilling their life purpose. To help them focus perhaps on a chakra in one of these 3 levels of power to be the best that they can be. What do you got for the Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watcher to help them fulfill their life purpose in their work, career, vocation, in this work, career, vocation read? Balance. This is definitely root chakra. Balance, card number 5. The yin and yang, the Tao. It's T-A-O, not D-O-W, because that's a chemical company. I know everything's all one, but that's a little tricky for my brain. Shall we? They're scrubbing bubbles, really. I don't know how they got the little mustaches on the things, but they work. Let's keep it light. Aquariums. Where is my magnifying glass? Okay. I'm going to read you this. And then we're going to get your mantra, and then we're going to bless the crap out of your work, career, vocation. Shall we? Card number 6, balance. Higher selves transmit. Base chakra, root chakra. You have called this card into your awareness today as an indication that balance is required somewhere in your life. Mastering balance is certainly a work in progress and a powerful master key to a more harmonious and enjoyable life. We live in a physical world of polarity with day and night, hot and cold, yes and no, in and out, just Katy Perry all over the place. And forces of nature are constantly working towards a state of balance in everything. Living a life of balance is the ultimate goal. When you can walk your path with no judgment and realize that everything has an opposite, life becomes less stressful and flows with ease and grace. You may have been feeling out of whack with the H, out of whack of late. Take a moment to see what is out of balance in your life. What have you been putting too much energy into or focusing on? I think we see this with Parvati, for sure. The message is clear. Or what requires a little more attention? If you've been putting too much energy and effort into something and feeling stuck, then it's time to let go and allow the natural flow of balance to take place. If you've been ignoring something and not giving it the attention it requires, now is the time to give it some love, care, and focus. It could be thoughts in your head, relationships, work, family, or a new project you are working on. Once you find where the balance is required, take action and positive steps to allow the natural flow to occur. There is an old saying that too much of a good thing is not always the best medicine. Ain't that the truth? Balance is the key. It's time to let go and stop pushing or trying too hard. Surrender and allow balance to bless your life. This card can also indicate that balance may already be present and you've been taking the right steps to allow it to flow into your world. The affirmation, I am balanced in all aspects of my life. Now, of course, affirmations don't feel true. They don't even seem true. And the ones that are like immediately in conflict with your physical circumstances are the hardest, but that means they have the deeper alchemy. There's more lead calling to be gold there. So, it's not asking you to climb the next mountain or even to slide down the mountain. You're already probably halfway up, right? But to rest, right? To bring yourself into balance here, very root chakra, because when the root chakra is balanced, healthy, whatever you want to say it, then all of the stuff we're bringing down from that 8th chakra, right? It goes the divine, right? The calling, inspiration, information, choice, willpower, choice, spit, swallow, or chew, emotional power, personal power, 2nd chakra, money, sex, power, one-on-one relationships. Then it hits that root chakra. It hits the Earth's electromagnetic field, right? So if there's something in here that needs to rest, again, something's going to be revealed to you. And I think your 2nd level of power might very well be your leverage here. Because Chiron, the wounded healer, who doesn't have wounds, right? And honestly, whoever... Now look, the vampire thing, you might still have vampire wounds, right? But you can be a vampire healer or a vampire slayer, depending on when you want the vampires in your life or not. I do both. Mal Van Helsing. Oh God, that would mean we'd be related to Guillermo. I love Guillermo. What We Do in the Shadows, honestly, the best thing ever. They really need to get that back on. New season, ASAP. My mom and I love it. Last card down, the Macon Healing Mantra. Just one. There used to be 3 of these, 1 for each. Too much, even for me, to keep track of. So let's ask the Ascended Masters of life purpose through work, career, vocation. This do make sense, right? It does feel like the nurturance of Parvati is addressing kind of all 3 here, but so is balance, right? In the base chakra, but certainly the base chakra is 1st level of power dominant. So let's see. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Master Override. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of life, purpose, and soul contracts through work, career, and vocation, please tap in and give us the info in the Akashic Records. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video, who are called to this reading? to help them have the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest work, career, vocation, fulfilling their divine purpose in this vampire mother artist contract. Particularly with nurturing and balance, laying a strong interconnective foundational tissue here between the 3 levels of power. The perfect healing mantra to help them do this in this timeless work, career, vocation reading. Rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. I just had this one in an 8-card draw. I take all of the information from my sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs from my own readings. Of course I do. Of course I do. You got to practice what you teach, right? If you want to be authentic, at least I can say I'm doing it. It seems to be working, little by little, step by step. So I find, it sounds like a little rough, but rewiring the nervous system. Let me read it because he goes into it, like the cellular patternings and when the nervous system in your brain alone, right? Like all them nerves, they got that nerve, they do got nerve. The more you think a particular pattern of thinking, the synapses, they wire. So the more they fire, the more they wire, right? So this is a way of rewiring this. I find strength in surviving my traumas, and that's the funny thing. Well, not the ha-ha funny thing. Let's say the interesting thing. You survive them anyway, so you have all this strength that you may not realize you have inside. Yeah, external strength, sure, but with traumas, we all have them. Wounded healer, it definitely feels like the center lane is at least a good place to find some leverage. I find strength in surviving my traumas. Thank you very much. When the nervous system is rewired, you are no longer trapped in the memories of your body. Cellular memory, nervous system retention, all that stuff. You are the courageous hero or heroine. You got another hero read, Aquariums. You always get them. You are the courageous hero or heroine of your present reality, honoring every moment of hardship as the means through which your infinite strength and character and greatest depth of character is revealed. Your soul power, not what's just going on in the personality and the ego, right? As you respond to life from the vantage point of your painful past, but did I read that right? As you rewire your nervous system, you are no longer responding to life from the vantage point of your painful past, but instead are open to each encounter being more miraculous than the moment before. And that comes through nurturing. It comes from bringing love to those voices inside of us that are not really who we are. They are ancestral traumas passed down. Oh my God, racial, gender, money, pick it, right? Political, financial, right? We all have that stuff. That's why as one of us heals it a little bit, everybody heals it a little bit. That's the superhero aspect to me, the holographic healing part. This mantra is ideal for adjusting to life after loss, very possible, healing heartbreak, and becoming more optimistic, which I think, don't fake optimism if you're burnt, if you're tired, if you are miserable, right? Miser, different archetypal schemata there, y'all. Man, to bring this all into balance, to rewire your nervous system. Now, look, this does not say to me you're on vacation. It does feel like you are absolutely learning through your work, career, and vocation. But I'm going to say, Parvati, that nurturance card, seems very, very key to rewiring your nervous system, finding the balance, and really addressing who, what, and who or what is draining you. Are you draining somebody? Everybody does it when we're tired, right? But not everybody does it vampirically. But the chronic codependency, as soon as I see chronic complaining, the next step is, okay, that's strike 1. Strike 2, oh, here comes the codependency. And then at strike 3, I go and get the wooden stakes because, they don't just work on vampires. If you have some leftover. Terry Pratchett, the turtle moves. All right, we're going to put this together. Carpe Jugulum. One of the best. That's really, I talk about it in the video because it has, Terry Pratchett. Everything I really needed to learn about being a witch, I learned from Terry Pratchett. Oh, Hell the Traveler. Shall we? Let's put this together in a blessimation, then we'll talk about some stuff at the end, some opportunities. You might want to look into Patreon and readings and all that jazz. But for now, let's do this, shall we? Get comfortable if you can. And please take a nice deep breath. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video who are drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need in their vocation. That they become more aware that someone or something is draining their life, because they certainly have all the tools, the power, the air, the fire, the water, earth, and the spirit of the Magician card, in this case the Witch, aligning within them, though it may be third chakra, whether they cast or chew, with the Ten of Cups, the Ecstasy card, the True Love card. If this is from the outside and looking at them, their life purpose is very satisfying. Their cups may overflow somewhat on the regular, or maybe they want some more of that, but certainly there is some serious gold to be had, as the vampire is either healed or slain, and certainly rewiring their nervous system help them find the strength they already have just from surviving their traumas, and may they be blessed with all that they need in their career as the mother archetype, encouraging their nurturance, patience, and unconditional love, and a joy in giving birth to life, and that will certainly align things. Feels like it's already there. They just may be too busy in the outside to take the time to go into the inside, because certainly with Chiron, the wounded healer, the Hierophant, there is a step-by-step process. There is a teaching and a learning, but perhaps even a teaching by example. And really, it feels like something is formalizing here. There may be some corporate structure involved here as well, but it might be their own creation, and certainly for them to focus on the root chakra. The unconditional love, absolutely, that is there for where they are as they are, so that this mother can nurture this whatever is creating in their creative intuition, in their career. And so that in work they are blessed with the ability to express a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, which is coming from here, and inspiring others to see life symbolically, because they have lots of desires, lots of choices, lots of things to chew on, maybe lots of heart's desires that they want to manifest, but that they are dealing with some kind of Taurus energy here, from the outside in, the inside out. Their work, feels like a solid, fertile foundation here, not just bedrock, but with a nice, deep, rich, fertile soil here, in order to nurture themselves, to balance this out, and to rewire their nervous system. May they be blessed with all that they need to be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers, fulfilling their life purpose in their work, career, vocation, for their well-being, for the well-being of their loved ones, for all that they value, and for all of life, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Ow. Did you like the reading? Hit the thumbs up. It's good reading. Yeah, the mantra's a little chunky at the end, a little bit much, but you can chew on it. It feels like it's worth it. And feel free to comment if you like, and subscribe if you want more of me, and hit the notification bell if you want more, because that helps other people find the video, apparently. I don't know. I am Winch. I am not tech. But over on Patreon, we don't have those algorithms, logarithms, or any of that. You sign up for a level of subscription with me, you get everything on that level. Since I started Patreon, goes that way. And onward, as long as you remain a subscriber. $3 seekers get the exact same discount as the $20 gods, goddesses. The top tier, they get everything on it. And booking private sessions with Mal. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I do have to say, work, career, vocation, it saved me. It allowed me to really do what I do with a lot of creative freedom, with people who really appreciate what I do. So check it out. Even if you want to get the discount on the reading, $3 for 1 month, you get the discount. But honestly, go check it out. Go check the menu. We're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. And I just love Patreon. And booking private sessions with Mal is the new video as of May 2023. It used to be called Booking a Reading with Mal, but this one includes spiritual counseling as well as the readings that I do. I even mentioned the hands-on healing work that I do, but I'm not doing right now because I don't have a private office and I don't feel like taking it on the road. But as I said, my patrons get a discount, but it explains it all for you in person, on Zoom, if I'm traveling, all of that stuff. And also the half hour of power has become public. It used to be something I just did from some private clients here and there, but it's good. It's fun, unless it's not. But it's always very, very helpful and powerful. So yeah, if you want to book me for a reading, check that out. But most of all, this is a really good read. I mean, talk about the feminine energy here, right? Of unconditional love and balance. I think it's very, very worth it for you to take the time and, do the best that you can, and know that you are worth all of this. Of course you are, and you have survived quite a bit. So hang in there. I believe in you. You're an immortal soul that has kept coming back to do something on this planet. So I'm wishing you all the very best and the very blessed in your work, career, vocation, the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wise ever on planet Earth. So hang in there. I love you. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.